Everybody's expected a good fight tonight.
Micky Ward starts off with a left hook upstairs, not the trademark punch. That one goes to the ribs, but perhaps a reminder to Gatti, I'll throw it up here too. Gatti's take on how to fight Micky Ward, who is a body puncher destroyer. Well, he says body punchers don't like it to the body. I'll hit him in the rib cage too.
And I think he's going to do that too. But
another big left hook.
Micky's not going to get behind on points in this fight in case he gets stopped on an accidental injury. That's for sure. He's coming out off the bat.
Normally a slower starter who sort of builds tempo as the fight goes on, but that's a good point. He probably learned a bit of a lesson in Texas about the importance of getting off early.
Yes, but he's also going to learn the importance of throwing a straight right hand too, because that looping right hand is not going to be effective tonight.
Straight.
Gatti's been all over the scale, 130, 135, up to 147, now back to 140. I think he may finally be fighting Emmanuel at his most effective weight.
Yes,
and he shows combination punching skill there.
And there's a cut on the right, on the right eye of Micky Ward. It's on the corner. I don't know if it's dangerous, but from that left hook that Gatti landed earlier.
Gatti's looking very good. He's shooting his punches real loose, freely. Everything is flowing beautiful, and he's moving out of the way very gracefully.
Yeah, Arturo looks good in there, as he's already opened up the cut above Ward's right eye, same eye over which Ward was cut in his loss to Vince Phillips.
And it does look like a bad cut.
Looks
Jim.
deep. Well, you know, we mentioned the two cut men, Al Gavin and Joe Souza. You don't normally hear those names in the pre-fight on camera, but it was necessary tonight.
That's right, and if he can make it back to the corner, Al Gavin is a good cut man. In fact, both of them are good cut men.
Al's as good as there is. If there's anybody who's that good, it's Joe Souza, who's across the way.
So both guys may end up bleeding if this fight continues at the way that it's going.
Well, any fight in which Arturo doesn't bleed is an upset. Look at the combinations, though, from Gatti.
Everything is flowing beautiful. Very natural.
The fighters who customarily give Gatti trouble have jabs. And we haven't seen any jabs or many jabs coming from Ward.
Now that's a great point, Larry. In his losses to Ivan Robinson and Angel Manfredi, he was beaten to the jab. Ward walks in without jabbing. That's perfect for Gatti. Arturo looking over at us as if to say, I agree with the call.
Good round for Arturo Gatti.
Excellent.
Nothing, it's on the outside.
Got water, huh? Bucket?
Relax.
Right here to the right. Right here.
Now this is Gavin to the right of your screen, and you can see that Al has already gone to work.
Okay.
Gotta move your head. Can you do that?
And Emmanuel, let's take a look at how this cut was opened in the first round. I believe, as Larry said, on an Arturo Gatti left hook. Well, the cut's already there.
Bad of problems as a cut may be, I think the biggest problem that Ward is having is dealing with the rhythm right now, Gatti. Gatti's got his rhythm to move it. He's doing everything very natural. Everything is flowing smoothly. And I think it's going to continue that way unless Micky steps it up.
Micky's going to have to crowd Arturo against the ropes. He won't beat Gatti in the middle of the ring. Gatti simply has better feet.
That's a good fact. And also upper body movement. Gatti's moving his upper body, not just moving. He's moving, bobbing, and weaving. Mixing up his punches very well.
Uppercut, left hook. Gatti firing from all angles. It looks so far as though the marriage of Gatti and Buddy McGirt is paying huge dividends for Arturo's basic craft.
Absolutely, he looks very good. He's doing a more variety of things. For the most part, Mickey is very predictable right now. And the speed and the different movements is really confusing Mickey. And you can see it if you study his mind.
But we've seen Micky Ward lose every minute of every round and win the fight, as he did against Alfonso Sanchez. You can never count him out.
Let him go, let him go.
Ward is having problems with the power that Gatti's got, because Gatti's a good puncher. He turns all of his body through in his punches, and he's what we call a free puncher. He lets all of his body turn all the way through, very loose and natural. And it's the variety of things that he's doing that's really causing a lot of problems.
You understand?
Whereas Mickey is very predictable. Plus, I think the punching power of Gatti, in addition to his boxing, is very effective.
Yeah, between rounds, when we focused on Ward's corner to watch Al Gavin work the cut, I'm told that Arturo Gatti's people, trainer Buddy McGirt in particular, were telling him, you've got too much power for Mickey. He's not used to facing power like yours.
At this stage, he's got a little bit of too much of everything.
Started to say, I think it's the speed more than the power.
The speed, and he's shooting uppercuts, left hooks, right hands over the shoulder, a variety of things.
By
Body punches.
numbers, Arturo threw 70 punches in round one. He's going to wind up throwing more than 70 at this rate in round two. And he's connecting at a high percentage, and Ward is just occasionally getting in a pot shot here and there.
The impressive thing about what Gatti is doing is that when he throws those combinations, he's not staying there long enough to get hit in return.
Now, Ward is doing exactly what he should do. Now, he's closing the distance now to try to neutralize some of the movements. He's closing the distance before he punches.
You keep the punches up.
And now Cappuccino warning Gatti to keep punches up. So let's make a note that there was a verbal warning at the end of round two.
Okay, now listen. When he gets closer, keep your hands up. Now he's trying to get that body shot. So when he gets close to you, just keep him turning, okay? You're boxing beautiful. Just keep using the speed, okay? Straight right hand.
You can punch on him all day long. You just stand there. Head movement, double jab. Head movement, double jab. Your overhand right, you got to keep your right hand up. All he's looking for is a hook or an uppercut on you. That's it. Deep breath. Come on, use the 30-second rest.
Put your head back.
I didn't have to swallow.
Just keep moving your head.
As long as it goes, the better it's
Come on,
off,
babe.
right?
You heard him there. Okay.
Come on, baby.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
CompuBox numbers through the second round. Arturo Gatti averaging 29 jabs thrown per round. That makes it very difficult for Ward, who doesn't really have a jab, to start his attack.
But Ward seems to be applying more pressure now and trying to get closer. And he's going to have to continue doing that. He can't sit back at a distance. He's going to have to get very close to Gatti if he's got any chance of pulling this fight off.
And he's going to have to trust that Al Gatti can keep the cut under control and keep him in the fight even as he presses forward.
Yes, he does. Gavin seems to have did a good job. Usually, a good cut man takes 2 rounds before the blood really coagulates.
Hard left hook by Arturo Gatti. Gatti landing a lot of punches cleanly and sharply. Ward trying to feint his way inside. Looks as though Gatti is so conscious of Ward's left hook that there might be an opening here for Ward to land the right hand, but he's not really quick with the right the way he is with the left.
See, Ward is primarily dealing with one punch for the most part. Most of the punches are going to restrict his left hand, and most good fighters can neutralize that. He's going to have to stay, just as he's doing now, he's going to have to continue to do that, to stay close.
Gatti turning away from Ward at the ropes and back to the center of the ring.
Well, he's not going to be able to deal with Gatti's speed anyway, so he's just going to stay close to him. That's the only chance he's got.
Stop!
Earlier in the round, Ward landed his first good hook to the body. He has to do more of that if he's going to be there in the second half of the fight.
He just landed his second good left hook to the body.
You got to remember also that Gatti himself cuts up and swells up pretty bad himself.
Well, and if anything will take Gatti's foot movement away, it would be that left hook to the body. If Ward could get it in there.
And he's getting closer and closer now.
What Gatti's people have been most concerned about is just this kind of stuff that will keep Ward in the fight long enough to bust up Gatti.
Yep, and here comes the Lowell, Massachusetts contingent rising to the occasion for their fighter.
Yeah.
And here's Gatti with some of that. I'll give it to him in the body medicine.
Now the fight is turning out to be what we expected. So much for the boxing.
They're standing up in round 3.
Maybe those body punches slowed Gatti down a little bit.
And now he's trying to slow Ward down with body punches too.
Good sharp left hook upstairs by Gatti. Uppercuts for Arturo. Fast hands. Ward's cut opening again.
Ward has got to keep it in tight like that.
That's what they came here for.
You got his respect. Listen to me. When you get inside, don't take that body shot, Arturo. Don't listen to me. You finish beautiful. You don't have to take that shot. Don't take it. As soon as you get inside, go to your left.
Okay.
Round 4 begins. In round 3, the two fighters, by CompuBox estimate, landed a combined 53 power shots. 30 for Gatti, 23 for Ward. Harold, how do you have it so far?
Okay, Jim, 3-0, 30-27, Arturo Gatti. Jim, I got to tell you, Arturo Gatti showing us not only beautiful combinations, but really, really nice ring generalship. It's a big ring, probably something like 22 feet. He's moving beautifully, keeping Micky Ward off balance. When he did stand still in the last minute of round 3, he ripped those shots to the body. Always combinations. I think Arturo Gatti's won all 3 rounds, although the third one was close.
Given that Ward is the New England fighter, Manny, you have to be surprised at the size of the ring.
Yes, I thought it would be a smaller ring to favor him, but right now the ring is a big ring, which really would favor Gatti since he's coming to this fight predicted that he would be the boxer.
Gatti's left eye beginning to swell. No blood yet. Gatti's left eye swells in virtually every fight.
That's because of those high cheekbones that he has. Good right hand. Good right hand. Good right hand.
And Gatti
good right hand. And he hurt him with that right hand too.
Gatti trying to clear his head, comes back with his own punches.
Now the Warrior is going to come out of both of those guys. I don't think the boxing is going to be too much from this point on. I think Gatti's going to have to fight Micky because Micky's putting too much pressure on him now. And he's going to resort back to what he's been doing most of his career, and that's to punch.
Gatti to the body. Gatti with uppercut. Right hand. Oh, this is good stuff.
Looks like there's blood coming now from Ward's mouth.
But we saw Ward in those type of fights. Remember the fight with Emmanuel Burton, so this is just one of his normal fights.
Fight of the year for 2001, Ward Burton broke a lot of CompuBox records. Oh, that's another right-hand bomb by Micky Ward. Gatti takes this one a little better, but he's been rocked in this round. Oh, big left hook by Ward, big left hook by Gatti.
In that fight against Emmanuel Burton, the 35-year-old Ward averaged 118 punches around.
And what's surprising me now, he's coming back with a beautiful short right hand. That's what his most effective punch tonight has been, the right hand now, more so than the body punch.
Oh, what a body shot. Oh, magnificent left to the body. Was it low? Was it low?
I thought it was a little bit low.
And Frank Cappuccino thought so too, and he's going to rule no knockdown, and he's taking a point away from Gatti.
You got 5 minutes to recoup.
Key ruling by Frank Cappuccino. Didn't hesitate at all. He was sure of what he'd seen.
Now, you got 5 minutes. To the end of the round.
They've sounded a bell to end the round.
Keep doing it. You know what's happening. Okay. Stay in your, go ahead.
Harold, why did the round end?
Okay, Jim, let me tell you something. It's miscommunication between the referee and the timekeeper. When Frank Cappuccino saw that low blow, there's no question he should have yelled timeout. At which point, Micky Ward would have up to 5 minutes to recover. If he can't, continue after 5 minutes, he loses. But the timekeeper never stopped the clock, and that's all there was to it. He let it run. He let the round run out.
Does he have 5 minutes now?
The Fords still have 5, yeah.
No. Absolutely not. 1 minute rest period.
Let's take a look and see if the blow was low. Yes, it was.
Yep.
That's how we saw it.
I'm all set. I want to go.
You heard Micky Ward. He's all set. He wants to go. Why is that not a surprise?
In round 4, both guys threw more than 30 power shots and landed more than half. So it is becoming the slugfest everyone anticipated, despite Arturo Gatti's skillful efforts to make it a boxing match in the early rounds. Oh, look at the granite in Ward's chin as he takes 3+ power shots.
But he doesn't return fire until Gatti is finished, which invites Gatti to keep going.
Emmanuel, how discouraging is it to Arturo to have landed the kind of bombs he's landed?
It's got to, because he's turning full force on those shots. And actually hasn't really hurt Ward. He hits him with the punches, full force, and Ward may wiggle a lot from the impact of it and lose his balance, but he's never shown that he's been seriously hurt yet. And the only one to me that's been hurt has been Gatti. He got hit with that short right hand.
Absolutely.
Another short right hand by Ward again.
We're about halfway through the round right now. We've lost our round clock. About a minute and a half to go in the round now. Blood begins to flow from above Ward's right eye again. But look at the distance between the two fighters. This is becoming Micky Ward's fight. They're fighting in a phone booth, and that's the way he wants it.
You know, this is reminiscent of a fight many years back, since we're speaking of the 50s, between a guy named Colin Basilio and Tony DeMarco.
Basilio, one of the fighters I mentioned at the beginning of the night.
Yes. You know, you could take those white trunks off and put one pair of white and one pair of black on, and we could go all the way back to the 50s.
It is man against man in there.
Oh, my God.
This bout is scheduled for 10.
Well, I'll tell you what, the fans are going to get 12 rounds of action out of 10 rounds tonight.
Now they're going to get 15 rounds.
More. Oh, look at that. Look at that combination.
And Arturo, Gatti's right eye is bleeding.
Yeah.
The blood begins.
And he's loaded up every punch.
A tremendous rally by Micky Ward. And the timekeeper can't seem to get it straight when to ring the bell.
I see what Frank Cappuccino was saying now.
Yep.
Just aim your punches. You got this.
I got the power, man. Don't worry. How you feel?
Give me your head. Let me work for you. Touch him and turn out. You stay in the side, take unnecessary body punishment. Don't take it. Princess Mikey. Come on, baby. We got to suck it up like a champ now.
We talked earlier of the tremendous...
Everything that he's shooting is landing pretty good, turning all of his body weight through on every punch. And at this stage, if you don't look closer, you think that Ward is about to give. And here Ward's coming back. And I didn't think that Gatti was expecting to throw that many punches, especially the short punches that he's shooting.
Larry, we're halfway through.
We talked about the amazing condition and endurance and will of Ward, and we saw it in that round, how he came back at Gatti. As Emmanuel, as you mentioned, Gatti hasn't had to throw that many punches for a long time.
No, and he's landed some beautiful shots. But, you know, as I said earlier, now Gatti is starting to swell up and bleed also. But at this stage, I would still have Gatti with him, but it looks very promising for Micky. Because Micky has not been hurt yet. He's been hit with some great shots, but he's never staggered or wavered at all.
Gentlemen, in the 5th round, they landed 98 punches. My CompuBox estimate, 88 of them power shots. Almost evenly distributed.
Oh, keep that control there.
A hellacious round. So the pace slows slightly here in round 6.
Gatti's fighting his sticks is going to come out now, and it's going to be nothing but a slugfest, I think, for the most part. And I think Ward is going to put enough pressure on him where he can't really box him. He's going to have to fight.
If Micky Ward wants to come to you, he will walk through a hailstorm of punishment to do it.
And you better watch that short right hand that he's trying to get close to shoot over the shoulder now. That seemed to be his key punch.
He's turning it over.
Again, yes.
He's turning it over like never before.
And that's just as dangerous as a left hook to the body is at this point in the fight.
Oh, what a haymaker by Gatti. And Ward just comes right back.
Business as usual.
Big left hook by Gatti. Ward says, I'll walk with you over here. Relentless.
That's the right hand again. And he's shooting straight across the shoulder as if he's anticipating the movement of Gatti. Instead of shooting at Gatti's head a lot, Ward is shooting it straight at his shoulders, and he's catching him because most of the time Gatti tries to avoid the right by going down instead of pulling away.
But Gatti is fighting a good round here.
He's winning this round big.
He's gone back to some movement, throwing combinations, trying to move away, standing and fighting, moving again, trying to move his upper body. This is a very good Gatti we're looking at here.
Yep, in the war of wills, Gatti has taken it to another step. And now Ward is going to have to reimpose himself as he did in rounds 4 and 5.
Gatti's went back to boxing. I didn't think he would, but he's went back to boxing. He's working very effective, too.
Yep. And Joe Souza did such great work that I see no blood on Gatti's right eye.
Ward pounds his heart as if to say, I can take anything you can give.
That's the way you're gonna box.
And he can.
That's it, baby. That's the key. Listen to me. He's in the same fight you're in, okay? He's feeling the same tired as you, if not tired. Nice and smart. Okay, now when he gets close to you, listen to me. If you don't feel like punching, move your upper body. He's not going to do anything. Okay, then go back to the jab. You seen you on the ropes, you touch, touch, touch. Keep doing that till you get that second win. Take a deep breath. Now we boxing like Arturo Gatti.
Okay.
Listen to me. Look at me, baby. You got this fight. You can rest all day tomorrow, you understand?
Yeah.
This is for all the marbles, baby. You understand me? Box.
Give him business. You know what I would do? Nick, you got to back him up. He's hitting you here. He's hitting you here, Nick. Do it back, please.
Come on, go.
People in boxing have been looking forward to this fight for a couple of years. They're getting what they were looking forward to.
And 6 rounds in the books, 4 more to go. Harold, how do you have it?
Okay, Jim, 4 rounds to 2, 57-56, Arturo Gatti. Jim, Micky Ward gets an extra point in the 4th round because Frank Cappuccino took away a point for a low blow. It may be crucial in the end of this fight. Round 5, I thought Micky Ward pulled out because sometimes what you do in the last 30 seconds is just an accumulation of what you've done in the first 2.5 minutes. And it was a great rally by Ward at the end of round 5. Round 6, Arturo Gatti comes back strong. 4-2 Gatti, but Gatti by only 1 point.
I have Gatti ahead 4-1 and 1 even because of that point taken away.
And for the moment, Gatti has succeeded in tempting Ward back into a boxing match.
Yes, he has. Gatti's doing a beautiful job. He's went back to his boxing, his corner, his instructor. He's mixing up his attack. And once again, Micky seems to be confused.
And you heard the impassioned speech between rounds by Buddy McGirt, who's been there against some terrific fighters and is turning out to be a very good trainer. Ward pops that Gatti again with that right hand.
I wonder what kind of brains ahead to both of these guys have. I mean, they get hit with punches right on the chin, and it seems like it just stimulates him. There's another right hand again, and it comes right back.
Big counter left hook by Gatti there, as Ward was a little long with the straight right hand. Left it out there. Arturo popped it.
All right, good. That's what I want to see.
I think Gatti's doing beautiful with his new style of boxing. He's mixing up his work, boxing beautiful, but still he's the big puncher. He still sits down every once in a while and makes you respect him.
He can still fight.
Yeah, and I love his punching power.
Through 6 rounds, Gatti landed more than 200 punches, most of them on the face of Micky Ward. And here comes Ward.
Let him go, let him out.
You can't stop him. Before a big fight, most fighters like to try something new in training. Ward's innovation this time around was to rest only 30 seconds between rounds of sparring.
Yeah, but I don't think nothing can prepare him for this type of a fight here. Not only with a guy who's a busy fighter, but also a great puncher. At this stage, Micky's been outdone in terms of talent, skill, but not in terms of heart. He's always trying, but
All right, let him go.
just
Let him
one step behind.
Come on.
Ward has turned southpaw here at the end of the round.
To no great effect.
Hey, listen. We got 10 minutes, baby. Can we get 10 minutes? Yes. Okay, listen to me, baby. When he gets close to you, Arturo, if you're not going to punch, have your hands up. Just move. He don't want to fight no more. Okay, he's looking for the one shot. And go back to the...
You got left.
I'm all right.
All right.
Yeah.
Put it on him now.
Okay. You got to use everything with your left, Mick. Everything with your left. Yeah. Bang the shit out of him. Mick, don't be a punching bag. If you're going to be a punching bag, I'm not going to let this go like this. Fight hard.
Okay.
Deep breath.
17 now. Yep. Got a punch. Got to punch. Come on, Mick. He's yours. Come on.
Dick Eklund, Ward's brother and trainer, said he's not going to let him be a punching bag. Don't take so many punches. Can he start to avoid them? Is he Micky Ward if he does avoid them?
I don't think he can avoid it. I think all he can do is just try to fight his way through the trouble, because he's not going to ever avoid all of those punches.
Let him go.
Gatti is extremely sharp tonight.
Gatti threw 31 jabs in the 7th round. If he keeps throwing 30 jabs around, it's going to be awfully difficult for Ward to reel him in. It's going to set up the chance for Arturo to outbox Ward down the stretch, as he's done through most of the first 7.
You know, it's hard for me looking at the wars that I've saw Gatti in, and he's fought all of great wars and all of the top fighters. To see him moving like this, like a young fighter, is just totally amazing to me.
And those wars you saw in the ring, he had some equally vicious wars with the champagne bottle and the nightlife on the circuit in New Jersey.
You know, but he's gone through changes before. As an amateur, he was a boxer. Early in his pro career, he was a brawler. Then he changed to a boxer to win the 130-pound title from Tracy Patterson. Then he became a brawler again, and here he is back to boxing.
Just the fact that he's here is amazing.
Well, you give his management team great credit for taking him off for a couple of years to help restore him and give him easy fights and not use him up, because most of us didn't expect to see him still in the ring at the age of 30.
He's got a manager named Pat Lynch who's been as loyal and steadfast as any manager in boxing can be with Arturo Gatti. He's kept his career alive.
Yes, but even with all of that, there's something unusually physically in this man, for this man to take all of this. He's just one of those gifted guys like Yvonne Durrell. He just run across guys like that sometimes.
Another Canadian.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
Absolutely. I thought that's why you were using Darrell as the standard there. I thought it was a given.
And all of the punches Darrell took, when you meet him, he speaks like a British scholar. So very, very smart, intelligent man.
You don't fight with your head, Arthur.
There's that right hand again. There's the right again as Ward chops away at Gatti. Arturo hitting a little flat spot here. Micky Ward starts to come on. Crowd gets back into it. Gatti throwing a few change-ups, and then the high hard one. Again, left-right combination landed flush. Ward bleeding heavily.
And Gatti was hurt by a left and a right.
That is hurt. And this.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
You gotta shake it up.
What a fight.
We gotta wait for that.
It looks like Micky Ward is going to try to pull off another Emmanuel Burton.
Come here, come here.
He's still
Got him
been
going
work
on. I swear, in case you got him going.
Listen to me, baby. You're taking too many shots inside, Arturo. Throw the right hand to the body, Arturo. Okay?
Come on, baby.
Come on, Arturo, listen to me. We got 6 minutes. Arturo, you got 6 minutes. Give me the 6 minutes for Jerry.
That's it. It started with that short right hand again. You know, this fight is just turning back and forth so much, and I think the body shot in there had a lot of effect on him, and I don't know if Arturo is going to fully recuperate from that volley.
We know that Micky Ward can keep fighting through this kind of action.
Ward landed 42 out of 71 punches.
We're not sure about Gatti because he hasn't been in this kind of a war with as strong a fighter as Ward before.
That body shot again. That's the body shot.
It's the left hook to the body. Ward's money punch, and this knockdown counts.
And he is hurt.
This is it. He's not going to recover. It's not like a head punch.
He may not be able to recover.
I don't think so. And Ward is going to go right back down there again. Right to the body again. He's still hurting from the body punch also still, in addition to the head.
Arturo Gatti refusing to go down as Micky Ward pounds away.
In the past, this is where Arturo Gatti has been dangerous.
But Ward should go back to the body again.
Gatti risking another low blow penalty to try to get Ward off of him, and lands another big shot.
Burton, did Ward punch himself out for the time being with that tremendous barrage in the first minute? Just look at this.
Unbelievable.
Can you believe there's still a minute and a half to go in the round? Gatti blinking away the blood in his right eye. Can't see out of the right eye. Vicious body shots by Gatti. Ward nods as if to say, come on, come on. Come on, let's fight.
Now, Gatti is trying to get a break. Ward should go right back to the body. That's where he should go to the body. You know, you dream of fights like this, but very seldom do they live up to the expectation. This is even more than you could dream of.
Just imagine if you bought a ticket. Stop it, Frank. You can stop it any time. Arturo Gatti's out on his feet. Frank Cappuccino's going to let him keep going.
Gatti doesn't even have the strength to tie Ward up.
And Ward is tied. And here comes Gatti back.
Less than 10 seconds in the round. Gatti's going to survive the round.
This should be the round of the century.
Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm not gonna let you take this punishment. Okay? Now look at me. Look at me, Arturo. Tell me something.
This guy is done.
I know it's the toughest fight, man. You got it in there. So you're okay.
Hold on, let go.
Micky Ward said
right
he
here,
would
you see, Gatti got hurt with the body shot, and that's did more damage. Now he's coming back.
Micky Ward said he would retire if he loses this fight. From the way Gatti went back to the corner,
In most conditions, this fight would have been stopped right here.
he may have more fighting left in him.
Gentlemen, in round 9, by CompuBox numbers, this fight's going to be stopped. Nope, it's not.
Whoa. Fight ain't over. Fight ain't over now. Last round. You're back in the corner. All the way back. All the way back.
I thought Buddy McGirt was going to stop it. After having said to his fighter he wouldn't let him take any more punishment, now we're going to go. Round 10. In round 9, they landed 110 punches between them. And they were all power shots. Harold, what's your scorecard?
Okay, Jim, 85-84. Micky won. I think that he pulled ahead with that shot that knocked Arturo Gatti down. He certainly won the 8th round, so I got Micky Ward up by a point. Interestingly enough, this round is 30 seconds short because that timekeeper never stopped the damn clock at the beginning of the round.
That's right. This round's only going to be about 2.5 minutes.
Which is good news for Gatti.
He's come out and asserted himself again at the beginning of the round. But does Gatti have a full 2 minutes left in the tank? I'm pretty sure Ward does.
Hold it. Come on, lined up like pros, huh?
Ward looks hurt now, but he keeps coming.
Ward has got it, but he's going to have to let it go because the clock is ticking. And at this point, Gatti's winning the round, and this may be the crucial round of the fight.
I think Gatti's having trouble seeing out of both eyes now, Emmanuel.
Yes.
But he doesn't have trouble firing away. Hard body shot by Gatti. Knocks Ward back.
Ward is exhausted. Gatti sees that and seems to have taken some
Yes, and he's taking
fresh
it
air
down.
from it.
And he's winning his fight now.
I am humbled by watching these two guys take the punishment they are taking.
Well, we told you it might be a candidate for fight of the year. We didn't know it would be a candidate for fight of the century.
This is the way it has to end.
Arturo Gatti, Irish Micky Ward, two of the most honest fighters in the sport of boxing, circa 2002. A fight straight out of the 1950s, a throwback to the golden era of the ring. with the fight on the table. It was Arturo Gatti there. An exhausted Gatti throwing 50 punches in the 10th round, while Ward could only throw 48. Excuse me, Gatti landing 50 punches, throwing 99. An incredible performance by an exhausted fighter in the crucible of a toe-to-toe battle.
Before Harold gives a score, I had Gatti winning by a couple of points.
Fighters were on the canvas twice in the fight. In round 4, it was Ward who went to the canvas on what was immediately ruled by referee Frank Cappuccino a low blow by Gatti. And then in round 9, it was Gatti who went to the canvas from an accumulation of punishment. The most important punch being that trademark left hook to the body by Ward, and this was clearly a knockdown.
And I feel that if Ward had went back to that same body shot, he would have won by knockout.
Here's Mark Barrow with the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a majority decision. Judge Frank Lombardi scores the bout 94-94, a draw. Judge Richard Flaherty scores it 94-93. Judge Steve Weisfeld sees it 95-93. All to the winner by majority decision, Irish Micky Ward.
And Micky Ward and Arturo Gatti start again with what may or may not be round 11 of their hellacious 10-round fight in May of this year. Well, George, the central question is, can Arturo Gatti box and continue to box throughout the evening?
Well, he's got to establish himself or reestablish himself as the boxer with the jab. Go down to the body. That ensure that he didn't get knocked out in the latter rounds in the first fight. That's both insurance that both fighters will be weak if the one get weak.
Arturo countering over Micky Ward's left with a right hand. Ward didn't land until the 3rd round last time. His patented left hook to the body, targeted to the liver, which frees his opponents and forces them to fight Ward's style.
Ward's already been touched with the right hand by Gatti, and it didn't seem to faze him much.
There may already be a little blood from Micky Ward's nose.
In recent years, Arturo Gatti's conditioning and stamina have improved greatly. He admitted to us yesterday that there's still room for improvement. He thinks he may have made it this time around.
And Ward starts to use his jab. That's good. The guy's boxing unit return the favor.
Gatti throwing a lot of punches early on. He was the more active fighter in the first fight, throwing 76 punches around.
Both guys better realize this is a brand new fight. Don't try to continue something that's already ended months and months and months ago. Forget about the old fight.
Good sharp right hand lead by Arturo Gatti, followed up with a left hand. Ward launching most of his punches across the top, dueling with Gatti upstairs instead of working to the body.
Whoa, what a good right to the body by Gatti that time.
And a follow-up left hand to the cheek of Gatti by Ward.
That hurt. Overhand right by Gatti. He's got his man hurt. If he only knew.
One thing Gatti did in the first fight a lot was throw a lot of energy-sapping punches to the gloves of Ward, he's being a little bit more judicious and economical here in the first round.
But he's landing with relative ease.
Stop one, break.
And as a result, it's been a big round so far. At least so it appears to these eyes for Arturo Gatti.
Good? Huh? Hands up there, Micky. You're beating him to the punch every time. You're letting him. Bang, bang, put the right hand. Come back with a jab, come back with a hook.
Very good, okay? Don't just get caught pulling out. Everything is beautiful. Just keep doing what you're doing. Stay low.
One on the back of my head.
Okay? Stay low, baby. Stay low, and you can do this all night. You understand me?
Okay.
Just stay focused.
Here's an example of some judicious, economical punching by Gatti. Here are the body shots after the head shot.
CompuBox numbers in round one. Gatti 26 out of 79, 33%. Ward throwing only 39 punches in the round. More or less allowed Gatti to have his way. Arturo threw 43 jabs in the round. That's more than he'd like to throw. He wants to keep it to 25. There's the first rocking left hook from Ward. It caught Gatti flush on the chin. And now he gets it to the body. And the right hand lands across the top. And now here comes Ward's first big rally.
The thing about Gatti, he was able to land some hard body shots and overhand right. Takes a lot of oxygen. You got to recover from those. And that's what he tried to do, is coast for a second and got himself punched himself.
And now here comes Arturo coming back to match Ward's intensity.
Well, he was trying to retaliate because it seemed that he was being hit while he was being held.
That's the fighter's instinct.
Ward has a better jab, left jab. I don't understand why he doesn't use it.
Okay, step out. Let his head go. Let his head go. Okay, come on.
It's a little longer with his left jab, Ward is. Why not use it more?
Well, maybe because he's developed that jab relatively late in his career and doesn't believe in it the way he believes in the other weapons in his arsenal. There's Arturo firing punches into Ward's guard. And now he lands the uppercut and lands a follow-up right hand big.
Gatti's corner told him to stay low. Now I understand what they told him. It seems that Ward is not effective if he takes his head down a little lower. I'd like to see if that really works.
There's Ward gunning for that left hook to the body. Right hand across the top. And now Gatti tries to retaliate with his own left hook to the body.
Ward is about as tough as you can be as a boxer. Gatti's got no right to do anything but box this man.
Low blow by Gatti, completely ignored by referee Earl Morton.
Gatti is landing vicious body punches.
And he seems to make his man miss when he bows low.
I think there's an abrasion on the bridge of Ward's nose now, with a little show of blood from there. Ward has a little bump in the middle of his nose, and it gets abraded in every one of his fights.
Am I wrong, Jim, or are these rounds just flying by?
Well, there are only two of them. But it's good stuff to watch once again.
Gotta keep your hands up, man. Yeah, come on. Don't let this guy take advantage of you. Come on, man. All right. Double jab right there.
He's looking for the right hand over the top. Keep dropping those right hands to the body. Okay, don't get caught pulling out. Okay, speed. Give me speed and let's double up on our jab now, okay? Double up on that jab, okay? As soon as you...
There's the left hook that Ward landed on Gatti. Didn't have a lot of steam. Gatti's uppercut. These fighters you've heard of hit and don't be hit. With Gatti and Ward, it's hit, be hit, and hit again.
Arturo Gatti promised not to throw 75 punches per round. He didn't want to leave Micky Ward that many countering opportunities. In the first 2 rounds, Gatti has averaged 77 punches a round. Hands a hard right hand across the top against Ward. Ward 32 out of 92, starting at a measured pace, just as he did in the last fight.
Ward has got a good left jab. He's able to get his right hand in when he uses it. And of course, that opens things up for your left hook. Corner should tell him to jab this man. Jab Gatti. Jab him.
Ward's trainer is his half-brother, Dickie Eklund, who has been at the helm of Ward's boxing career pretty much throughout. There's a great right hand by Gatti, and Micky Ward goes down. You don't see that very often, and Ward's still wobbly as Earl Morton picks up the count. Picking Ward off with a solid right hand shot. Let's see if Arturo can finish. Solid right hand there. Uppercut landed. Ward still punching back. Micky Ward is very wobbly. He has no legs. But he's got a ton of heart.
So far, all he can do is defend himself. He's not throwing any punches. Ward has turned 37 since that last fight.
Age has got nothing to do here, Larry. Forget it. Don't even go there.
What a right hand by Micky Ward. Momentarily stops Gatti in his tracks. Now he lands the left hook to the liver. Gatti's frozen. Arturo's hands momentarily froze as Micky Ward nailed him with that body shot.
Did Gatti punch himself out temporarily?
No, he just got hit back. This is a fight. Come on, Jim, tell us.
You don't need a blow-by-blow man to describe this. You know what you're watching. Micky Ward may make it out of the round. What an unbelievable lift it'll be for Ward if he can survive what he took from Gatti in this round. They're doing it again in Atlantic City. Gatti Ward 2 already lives up to expectations.
Listen to me. This is yours. Go out, use the jab, go back downstairs. The right hand over the top is going to work, baby. Okay? Don't get caught up.
They give us perfect storms, and here's another one. Who would have expected Ward to survive and come back the way he did?
By CompuBox numbers, Arturo Gatti threw 90 punches in the third round, landing 33. Ward 18 out of 50. Both guys rocked their opponent in the round. Gatti almost scored a knockout.
Okay. It all came about because of a counter right hand by Gatti. A counter. Yeah. He's waiting to counter tonight.
Okay, break. Stop punching. Stop punching.
But at one point along the way, George, he left himself open for that vicious left hook that changes your life.
Tell me about it.
Get your hands free.
Here's the uppercut again, and another vicious left hook to the body by Gatti. Ward still seeming to try to find himself after the punishment he took in the third.
He's turned southpaw. Switching.
Come on, get the hand.
Yeah, he's more or less in a southpaw stance, but somewhat just squared up. But yeah, the right hand in the lead as Ward goes southpaw to land his left hand.
Come on, work the hand.
And left hook to the back. Now Ward back in his conventional stance. Gatti pawing at his left eye, which is already swelling shut.
And Ward is making Gatti fight more than he really wants to.
Ward has moved out of the traditional style of left foot forward, right foot forward. He's walking into his man, not allowing him to pump his jab at all. You got to punch or move back.
Stop punching, stop punching. That's it. Walk it out, walk it out, walk it out, walk it out.
Ward has a style.
And now the blood begins to flow around Gatti's left eye. It's been one of his Achilles heels throughout his career.
You know, Ward has this style where he comes forward with his gloves, wants you to punch yourself out and then punch you. Gatti is trying to, when he stops punching, he's trying to hold him.
Jim, this is not about money. This is a fight. Believe me, this is not about money.
See, that's the point I was making, George, with that question. I'm not sure they could fight any other way for $10 rather than $1.5 million.
This is about pride and dignity.
Exactly.
This is telling that, look, this is the family I'm from. This is the country I'm from. This is who I am.
Absolutely right. Well said, George. It comes out of their core as human beings. A fight to the finish.
Much better.
Sammy, come on, Arturo, baby. Suck it up, baby. You way confident. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath. Here we go. Okay? Keep turning them. It doesn't have to be hard shots to the body, Arturo. Okay? Don't have to be hard shots. Just touch them to the body. Don't have to be hard. And then get out. Let's suck it up, baby.
His best. That's it. You took his best. Now it's your turn to retaliate. Let's go.
Worn down right now.
He's worn down. Okay. Don't let him hit you low. Hit him back, man.
Aim the punch.
Keep back. He's dead tired. Okay? Listen.
Give him a couple of feints and then.
You saw the combi box numbers for round 4. Gatti 26 out of 85. Ward 22 out of 55. Ward stumbled back to his corner at the end of the round. Harold, how do you have it through 4?
Okay, Jim. 4-0, 40-35. Arturo Gatti. You got to give him an extra point in the third round. By the way, Jim, if this fight gets stopped at kind of the cuts, it's a TKO because Earl Morton didn't say anything about headbutts.
Stop punching. Walk it out.
Ward is throwing to the body just like a punching bag that he's going to Gatti's body.
Stop. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
Everybody tries to throw a left hook to the body, George. Why is Ward so much more effective than most other guys?
Well, he believes in it. When you believe in a certain punch, you are better at it. That's all there is to it. That's that job by Ward, and he just barely misses the right hand. Ward can keep up some jab, and he's a better fighter tonight.
Gatti moving once again on his legs. Could be the key to winning the fight for him.
As the left jab.
Counter right hand again. Gatti's been successful with those.
Oh, boy, you better make sure when that jab goes out, if you're not jabbing, your hands are up because this Gatti will counterpunch you.
Arturo showing some rare defensive skills and flurries off the ropes to nail Ward. He actually ducked and slipped a couple punches there. And another one.
Nice to see that Gatti can really box some too.
And can remember to do it in the heat of battle.
Ooh, a good right to the body by Gatti there. Those punches hurt.
Like a lot of great body punches, Ward takes it to the body pretty well.
Ward is not stopping at all. He keeps coming forward.
All right, break. Stop punching. Stop punching.
And that wears on you mentally, doesn't it?
It does. When the fight, the referee tells you to break and you're the one holding on, that works on you mentally. You beating the guy to the body and you're the one holding on.
Ward nails Gatti again upstairs with a counter right. Arturo blinking away the blood in his left eye. Great uppercut, left hook combo by Gatti. Here comes Ward again. Won't take no for an answer. Gatti lands the right hand flush. Ward just regroups and starts popping his jab. Arturo beating Ward with a punch. Counter right lands again.
Okay? Say nice and relaxed. Okay, relax, baby. Remember, the longer it goes, the more relaxed you get, the more focused you gotta be. Okay?
That is what. Fine. What's wrong with Sit down, man.
Punches like these make it seem that it's now Gatti's fight to lose.
Total in round 5, CompuBox numbers. Gatti threw 84 punches, landed 30. Ward throwing 77 punches, the most he's thrown in the fight, landing 21. Arturo Gatti has not lived up to his promise to throw many fewer punches than in the first fight, be more selective, prevent himself from tiring down in the face of Ward's attack. Instead, he's fought very much the same fight as he fought in New England. He's just done a little better with it so far.
Ward is now looking to counter over those body shots.
Part of Gatti's answer to what he would do to prevent Ward's body attack from wilting him, as it did in New England, was to press his own body attack and try to take a lot of starch out of Ward. He's landed some great body shots. Ward's holding up reasonably well.
You know what I like about Micky Ward? He's been hit below the belt I don't know how many times tonight, and he hasn't complained or looked to the referee for any excuses. That's what you call a man.
Nor has he tried to retaliate by hitting Gatti back low.
Seldom you're going to run into a man like that, I'm telling you.
Oh, this is a sportsman. He just keeps coming. There was another one right on the belt.
Get your hands, move your hands out there. Come on.
Micky Ward works as a road grader when he's not fighting, sitting on top of a big steamroller, and that's how he fights. He just comes straight ahead like a steamroller.
He even went back to work on the paving crew and ran the steamroller some after his big win over Gatti in their first fight.
I've seen so many supposedly great fighters, when you hit them below the belt, they fall and scream. This guy has not complained.
Ward almost pins Gatti against the ropes. Arturo dances away. The legs still working, the feet still moving for Gatti.
Gatti is the boxer tonight.
Come on, let's walk, clean wall. Let's walk it out, Micky.
He's done an excellent job of boxing. Jab, right hand, move out of the way.
That was the plan.
Let the arm go.
That is the formula for trying to avoid what took place in New England. The damage of a head-on-head confrontation.
Stop punching. I got you. And set.
As soon as you get inside, spin out to your left. Spin out to your left. Do you hear me? Don't get inside here with no body shot. Mike, give me that.
Come on.
Give me that, Mike.
What's that mean?
Come on, Arturo.
Breathe.
Arturo Gatti threw 75 punches. That's his lowest number of the fight. Still more than he intended to throw. But the opportunities have been easy and abundant. He landed 27 of them. Micky Ward, 12 out of 62 for 19%. It's been a rough go for Ward. He may well have lost every round, but rest assured he's still in the fight and doing damage as they go along. Harold, how do you have it through 6?
Okay, Jim, 60-53, 6 rounds to nothing. Arturo Thunder Gatti. Jim, we all see the clean, effective punching he's doing, but the ring generalship is unbelievable. Backing up, just setting up those shots. As soon as he stops, he lets go with a beautiful combination. Gatti, because of clean punching and ring generalship.
Double left hook, upstairs, downstairs by Gatti. Body shot followed by a vicious left hook to the chin by Ward. Gatti still showing the energy and the commitment to box, box, box.
I got you. Come on, man. Let's go, babe.
Woo! Left hook to the body by Gatti.
That's a beauty.
His corner told him to get low, and whenever he does, he seems to have a little resting area. Gatti does.
First minute and 15 seconds of the round, very effective for Gatti. Finally, Ward lands a punch.
Where's your head, man?
Arturo taking the starch out of Ward once again with that concerted body attack. Counter right one more time. Well, it's a brilliant plan by Gatti. Ward is regarded as a tremendous left hooker, great body puncher. Gatti has come in and attacked his body and has countered his left hook with right hands.
He's been doing a lot of good counter right hands. That's got Micky Ward almost on the defensive. He just doesn't want to rush in on that counter right hand.
One way to take away a left hook.
Sometimes you just got to take a chance of a guy's countering you punch after another. Just let him keep on. You just keep your fight going.
Swelling under the left eye of Ward now from those counter right hands by Gatti, and another one lands flush there. Big left hook.
Micky Ward's corner is taking a real deep look at what's going on now. His family does not want him to be hurt tonight.
This is a brilliant round by Arturo Gatti. His most effective of the fight. He dominates from start to finish and rips Ward with a right hand that sends him stumbling back to the corner.
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, baby. Stay focused, baby. Great job, Arthur. Okay? We got 9 minutes, baby. You understand me? Listen to me. He's gonna get desperate. Okay? When you
I'm gonna talk.
All right, fine.
I'm good. Deep breath. Look at me. You gotta listen to me now. Look at me. Look. Wake up. Deep breath.
Okay.
Body shots, Larry. Story of the fight.
Body work by Gatti. Boxing by Gatti. It's one thing to have a plan. It's another to execute it as well as he is doing here. Most rematches, the fighter who won the first fight wins the rematch more easily. That is not happening here.
Now, Arturo Gatti's dominance over Micky Ward is increasing as the fight goes on because his technical plan was the right one, and he's executing it. Gatti 21 out of 38 power shots in round 7.
Let's do this. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Micky Ward's face gradually busting up under Gatti's intense punishment. Arturo, as we told you, with bleeding and swelling around the left eye. The uppercut has been another consistently effective blow for Gatti tonight.
Yeah, but if I'm in Micky Ward's corner tonight, I'm thinking if he doesn't pick things up this round and get going, I'm not going to allow him to just get totally wiped out like he's been. Things are happening for him right now.
Micky told us yesterday, I've been boxing for 30 years. Ideally, I'd like 2 more fights. This one, a battle with Castasu, bye-bye.
This may have been the one punch that made his corner decide, okay, I'll give him another round. He hurt Gatti that time.
Hasn't been able to land his money punch now. The left hook to the liver for 4 or 5 rounds. Good short right hand inside by Gatti. Knocked Ward back. Another perfect job of countering Ward's left. Gatti quicker than Ward, more assertive than Ward, surer of what he wants to do. Terrific left hook to the body by Gatti. Ward with a counter left hook that works.
Ward is willing to take 5 punches just to land 1 left hook.
Isn't he?
That's a throwback to the way it used to be, huh?
The problem is he's not landing the left hook.
He gets in a left hook after he receives about 20 other shots.
Another big left hook lands for Gatti. Arturo effectively killing time with his footwork now and buying time toward the end of the fight. That's a kind of ring intelligence he has seldom previously shown in his career.
Well, when he was a 130-pounder, he showed it. And then he fell in love with being the drama queen or king of boxing.
Come on, guys, keep it clean.
Which is why he's here now.
Careless. He's going to get desperate. Okay?
Come on, baby.
Arturo, don't look for the knockout.
Okay.
Let's just pile up points. Okay? Keep piling up points. He's going to get desperate. Stay low. Remember how you started early, staying low with your hands out? Give me that this round.
I just want to feel it.
Great, baby. Okay.
You go win this fight.
Train hard for this fight.
You're in better shape.
Rick, keep your hands up. Bend down. Forward, uppercut, and hook. Bend down. You're not doing it. You're sitting up doing it. I'm going to stop it then. Come on, right there. Come on. You're not all right. Uppercut, hook. Push him the front guard. I'm going to stop it. Push him. We're going to keep it clean.
Round 9 of a scheduled 10. 2 rounds to go.
Buddy McGirt has done an excellent job in preparing Arturo Gatti for this boxing match.
Buddy McGirt is gathering a reputation very early in his training career as one of the smarter guys in the sport.
He knows exactly what he's telling his fighter to do. That's seldom seen in this sport.
Round 9 of the first fight was like round 3 of this one.
Stop punching. I got you. Walk it out. Walk it out. Walk it out. Walk it out.
And regarded by most who saw it as one of the most memorable rounds in boxing history. Round 9 here has begun much more slowly and tactically. Even though the two fighters have thrown more punches tonight through the first 8 rounds than they did in Connecticut.
This Micky Ward is some kind of iron man, I tell you that.
The first fight was like a head-on collision. This is more of a one-car accident.
Whatever street Micky Ward was born on, you better go and get some water off of that if you want to be a fighter. Or whatever grows on that street.
Hard work, blue-collar Lowell, Mass.
Where we at? Stop punching. Stop punching. Stop it. Stop punching. Okay. Let's go.
Ward just doesn't seem to have the remaining spark tonight to punish Ward, or to punish Gatti, I should say, the way he did in the late rounds in Connecticut.
You know what? It started off with a lot of body attack for Gatti early on. He went straight to the body, and that's what happened. You take it all from a guy early on.
That was part of the intelligence of tonight's plan by Gatti. And his discipline in executing it. Ward catches him with 2 right hands. A counter right, and then a big right cross that followed. They're both tired. These are arm punches now, and Micky Ward sort of shrugs his shoulders as if to say, you've lost your power. Hey, Arturo?
This is round 9, the second version.
Come on, get the handspring.
If this fight is closer on the official scorecards than on Harold Letterman's, remember, Gatti has the edge of the clean knockdown he scored in round 3.
You're fucking 10 times higher than you could ever be.
Thank you. That's round it.
Whatever you want, he's dead. He can't move. You're dead, but he's 10 times better. Come here.
Yeah. Listen to me. Don't fall into this trap. You understand?
Yes.
3 minutes. Can we do 3 minutes?
Yes, sir.
Let's go, baby. Give it to me.
Come on.
Come on now. Way to go, man. Way to go.
Bend your head. Bend it.
Jam. Don't get caught into a slugfest, okay? Here, drink this. Arturo, listen to me.
Round 20. After 19 rounds of unbelievable combat between Micky Ward and Arturo Gatti, this one begins with a hug for the 2 fighters at center ring. Harold, how do you have it scored coming to here?
I get you. 8-1, 89-81, Arturo Gatti. Jim, this one can't be close. It's Gatti. Too much clean, effective punching.
I have it 7 rounds to 2.
I think that Gatti has made a mistake in the last 3 rounds. He laid off and boxed. And that you just can't win fights laying off and boxing for 3 rounds. That's what he did.
So you think he's making the De La Hoya Trinidad mistake?
I think he's made a big mistake. You just can't win fights like this. This is a big night to say I'm just...
What about the early lead he seemed to have piled up?
I don't think that you can depend on early leads in a fight like this. If you're a referee, you're human beings just like we are.
So when you're saying that when Harold says this can't be close, you don't necessarily agree?
Not necessarily at all.
Okay. Gatti still has to knock down in round 3, as I mentioned, and he's still got the energy to fire off combinations like that.
I think Gatti should try to pull this round and win this round and win it good.
Well, we'll see what happens in the last minute and a half of the round.
That's what he's better do. Make it clear. Make it clear.
I think he heard your advice, George, and I think he feels the same way. But he's going to leave some openings for Ward if he does that. And there's a huge left hook. Ward batting Gatti across the ring with that left. And there's Arturo's left in return.
How else can it end?
Oh, my goodness.
Show them the love.
Crowd on its feet in proper tribute to the two most compelling boxing performers of the year. Two guys who have given crowds, both in New England and here in Atlantic City, nights at the ring that they'll never, ever forget.
Gatti may have won that fight so decisively that there wouldn't be reason for a third fight.
Why killed the Lily? I mean, you know, we both thought there was a danger that this fight would be a big letdown after what came before it. But it wasn't.
It was a worthy sequel.
In the 10th round, by CompuBox numbers, Micky Ward 21 out of 88 punches. What an effort for Micky Ward in the 10th. He
George,
88 punches.
George, you're shaking your head. Tell us why.
Unbelievable. Can't believe that two men can give that much of each other. Unbelievable. What was that all about?
Nothing. And also, to continue the punch stat numbers, Arturo Gatti, he'll lead it, landed 34 of 75 in the round. So both fighters threw a lot of punches and made a big effort in the 10th.
That's what you call a warrior. That's all. Good job, Micky. I'm proud of you.
The two best guys in boxing.
Boy, you and your new trainers. Y'all did it, beautiful. This is beautiful. Looks good.
All right, Michael Buffer has the official particulars on the decision. And let's go up to him right now to find out who won.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the scorecards, a round of applause one more time for these two warriors in this ring here in Atlantic City. Irish Micky Ward and Arturo Thunder Gatti. The scoring is as follows. George Hill and Luis Rivera score the bout 98-91. Joseph Pasquale has it 98-90. All for the winner by unanimous decision. Looks like we go to a third bout, ladies and gentlemen. The winner is Arturo Thunder Gatti.
Despite Gatti's right hand, broken in the third round, but not an impediment to victory, and Ward's burst eardrum, the fight was seen as a waltz compared to the war they had fought in Connecticut 6 months before. Gatti's win made it one apiece, the perfect platform for a rubber match. And that's what we'll show you immediately following this, when we continue with HBO Sports' posthumous tribute to the late Arturo Gatti. I'm Jim Lampley. Thanks for being with us.
This has been a presentation of HBO Sports.
This has the feel of the old Madison Square Garden.
Only with that black and white television.
If Arturo Gatti can throw 30 to 35 jabs per round, he'll be boxing in the style that served him so well in the second fight. He must resist his temptation to throw bunches of power punches, because when he does so, he leaves himself open for Ward to come back. Ward, as Emmanuel Stewart will point out to you, tends to fight in his turn. He doesn't try to counter Gatti shot for shot. He waits for Arturo to stop punching and then tries to land his own. And already Ward goes to his money punch. That left hook to the body.
Well, he's coming out aggressive, as Sam goes. The last fight, seemingly he would just cover up, try to wait till Arturo finished up and then try to attack afterwards. But Arturo would dip away, move out of his zone, and he couldn't catch him. This time, he seems like he's going to come out and try to initiate things a little bit better.
We blinked and shook our heads yesterday when Ward contended that he wanted to box with the boxer a little bit. Try to be cute in there. Larry Merchant said you do one thing for 18 years and now you think you can do another? But Ward is living up to his pledge to try to move side to side, start with his jab, and box more than in the second fight. Left hook by Gatti. Ward blocking the right to the body. Gatti comes back upstairs.
Ward is falling into the pattern that cost him in the second fight. He's got to be more aggressive. He can't try to just wait until everything is perfect.
There's a scrape on the brow of Ward.
Yep. In the middle of the brow above the left eye. And now Arturo Gatti fires the right hand right at the point where Ward's brow is scraped. Emmanuel is at a disadvantage offensively to the two fighters that they know each other so well.
I think so. And going to this fight here, I don't think either one is really set in what kind of fight that they should fight. But I know one thing, Gatti is a little more fluid with his natural movement, so Ward is going to have to step it up a little bit more than he is right now.
Gatti with the body shot attempt. Ward pops him with a little right hand.
Good counter punch right back. At least he's punching right back instead of waiting until Gatti finishes a big flurry.
Ward looks very energetic in there, particularly for the first round.
And he's just barely missing Gatti with that short right hand.
The first round, more of a boxing match.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And some Ward fans might have expected.
What he's trying to do is throw you off by throwing right hand. He's trying to catch the right hand over the jab, okay? That's all he's trying to do. And in doing that, he's trying to hit you with the right hand lead so he can get the hook downstairs. That's it. Do me a favor. Keep working the jab, put a little more speed behind it, and keep throwing those right hands to the body.
Like you gotta throw. You let him get off every time. You threw the right hand once, it was perfect. You started into the same mode again. You're falling around, you're falling around. He's doing the same thing, boxing. Bang, 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 jab, throw the right hand. Be quick, Mick. Quick, Mick. That right hand you stopped me with, that will stop him. He hurt him just then. You can't throw once. You got to be more active, Mick. Come on, be active. It's the last fight of your career, Mick. Fight hard, baby. Hands up.
Ward's trainer is his older half-brother, Dick Eklund, himself a former fighter. He's been Micky's trainer for the last several years, ever since his release from prison after a stint on drug charges. Part of the subtext of Micky Ward's career is that he gave his older brother something to live for, something to use as a beacon to help him beat the demons of drugs and alcohol.
And evidently, Eklund is also one of his sparring partners, because he referred to the fact that he should throw the right hand that he's been hit him with in training at Guy Ward.
Yeah, they spar together a lot.
Get it.
Crowd begins to chant, Gatti, Gatti, Gatti.
If Gatti continues to beat Ward to the punch, Ward will revert to his more natural style.
Yes.
Left hook upstairs for Ward.
Gatti showing the movement and speed which carried him to victory in the second fight here. Gatti squares up with his back against the ropes. And Earl Morton comes in to move them apart. When Arturo squares his shoulders up, whether on the ropes or whether he's moved Ward back into the ropes, that's when Micky has his best chance to land that left hook to the body.
Because at a certain distance, Micky's legs is just a little bit kind of spread kind of wide, where it's hard for him to reach. He's always shorter punches oftentimes until he gets him right into the ropes. Arturo is much more fluid with his footwork and his punches, so he can get in and out a lot faster. And this is where Ward should try to keep the fight.
Good left hook to the body by Gatti. Third punch in the combination. Arturo very energetic here in round two. Gatti threw 67 punches in round one. That's just about the right number for him.
And Ward has had very little head movement. He's just eating up jabs as he's coming in, whereas Gatti's got a lot more upper body movement.
Ward committing a little bit too much, perhaps in frustration. And Gatti, solid 1-2. Then ducking and slipping and wrapping Ward up. And a left hook to the body. And Arturo Gatti may have twisted an ankle. Limped away momentarily after taking that left hook to the body.
I don't know if that was that or whether he might have claimed that it was a low blow.
No, he did.
Oh.
Yeah, he definitely thought it was a low blow.
Yeah, Ward has a bloody nose now, and his face is getting red all over. When these two guys box, it's like watching Rottweilers at a dog show.
Look for the bottom. Okay, don't worry about the head yet. We get the head later. Okay? Very good, baby. Okay, very good. Very good, Arturo. Double up on the jab a little more, but give me some more right hands.
Here's the shot that Gatti complained about. And you see why. Arturo Gatti has thrown 94 jabs in the first two rounds. That's pretty surprising. Micky Ward has thrown 60. That's very surprising. 30 jabs per round for Ward. And you wonder when he'll dispense with the boxing strategy.
Well, if the fight continues to go as it is, Gatti's sliding to a decision, particularly in view of the fact that it's only a 10-round fight. Ward is going to have to start punching more.
Ward landed a little counter right hand, but it's mostly Gatti. Hard right hand to the body by Gatti. Ward with a little pop upstairs.
And every time that Gatti throws a punch, Ward should come back right away instead of waiting until he finishes a series of punches. He should come right back immediately.
Like that. Yeah. Oh, big 1-2 by Arturo, but a little extra power behind the right hand. Ward hits him with a right hand flush. One byproduct of Gatti's increasingly superior conditioning, the fact that Arturo takes much better care of himself between fights now than was the case earlier in his career. As a result of that, Manny, he doesn't cut as much as he used to.
No, he's tried. I think it's changed his whole life. He looks like a new young fighter, like someone who's about 20 years old. You would not believe that he's been in those great wars that he's been in.
He says he's learned a lesson about how his party habits and his nightlife between fights help to result in cutting and facial damage.
And Micky Ward doesn't look too good at this point in time in the fight.
Arturo's beating him up.
No, he's beating him in every way. Power punches, boxing, ring generalship, seems to have more spirit.
Micky almost spun himself into the canvas. Sold Gatti through the first 3 rounds. Remember, Ward can change a fight with his left hook to the body if he gets a chance to land it.
But he's got to throw it.
It's not unusual for Micky Ward to lose the early rounds, but he's not getting to Gatti enough, particularly to the body, to slow him down for the later rounds.
And right now he appears further away from being truly in the fight than at any time in the first 2 fights.
And his merely defense is just merely to hold his hands up over his head and anticipate where a punch is coming from, instead of slipping his head, moving it, and punching more.
You might draw the conclusion from these first 3 rounds that Arturo Gatti has learned everything he needs to know about Micky Ward.
And he's fighting a brilliant fight.
Very beautiful. Might get his back. Okay, listen. Let's go back downstairs again. Let's go back downstairs to the body. Okay, now listen, go for the feints. He's going for the feints to the body. So keep feinting him downstairs, jab, jab, feint him, jab, then drop one downstairs. But like I told you, he's going to counter with that hook if he could. Okay? Now when you slip the hook and he throws the right hand, don't pull out. Just stay low, let it go up, just go up under them. Very good, beautiful. Okay, but you're boxing beautiful, baby. You're boxing beautiful. It's your show.
Up there, go on, man.
Yeah. Relax. Yeah.
Relax.
Got it? Yeah, Mac.
Okay, let's go.
If Micky Ward wants to get back into this fight, he's going to have to return to his shock and awe style of fighting.
Yes.
Target practice in round 3. Gatti landing 23 out of 34 power shots. That is a withering 68%. Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 3?
You know, Jim, the only question about round 3 was, should you have scored a 10-8? I scored a 10-9, 3-0, 30-27, Arturo Thunder Gatti. Jim, I got to tell you, this ring is huge, and Arturo Gatti's using every single inch of it. He moves beautifully, gets off double, triple shots, gets the hell out of there before Micky Ward can counter. Nice job by Earl Morton. This is a terrific referee.
Yep, but Arturo Gatti took a shot and is now in trouble and getting pummeled by Micky Ward.
It was a body punch. A body punch started this.
One punch changed the fight. It was a Micky Ward left hook to the body. We told you he could do it. And we're wondering if Arturo may have hurt his right hand again. He grimaced in pain and hasn't thrown the right hand since. Left, 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 left.
The way he's working in left hand, he won't have to throw a right hand.
Left, left, left. Still no right hands. Appears almost certain at this point that Arturo Gatti feels as though he's broken his right hand. And Micky Ward is taking advantage to pound it. There's a right hand by Gatti, and he grimaces in pain. No question, Arturo Gatti has hurt his right hand. That's going to change the fight.
And this is the wrong fight to have anything hurt.
Ward's back in it now. Back in it in a big way. Straight left hooks by Micky Ward. Gatti coming back, using the left hand.
Yeah, the right hand is definitely hurt. They may have to end up stopping the fight. This would make boxing so different from all other sports. In any other sport, you could call timeout, substitute another athlete. You can't do it in boxing. The whole team is Gatti.
Arturo wants to throw his right hand and just can't. Micky Ward landed a haymaker shot. Gatti showing great courage as he tries to get Ward off of him with one hand. Straight left hook. 7 left hooks. He mixed in one right hand. Here comes Ward. Crowd on its feet.
This is what they came for.
High drama in Atlantic City.
Huh? My hands. What you want me to do?
My right hand.
What you want me to do?
I gotta keep going.
Okay, listen. This is what you gotta do. Use that jab. Keep that jab working. Don't stay inside and take no body shot. Okay? Now listen. Work the jab to his chest. Bring the hook to the body. Okay? But don't stay inside. All righty? Okay, come on, baby. Come on, champion.
You heard Gatti say, my hand. He hit the hip bone, it appeared, of Micky Ward.
Broke it right on the point of Ward's hip.
You know, when something like that happens, it possibly could have been an injury already that just was.
And you see him wince after he throws that right hand.
And don't forget, he was hitting
around.
Yeah, he was hitting a soft area too.
Well, you heard Buddy McGirt say, what do you want me to do? Implicit in that was, do you want me to stop the fight? Arturo said, I'm going to keep going. And then McGirt gave him specific instructions on how to try to fight with one hand.
Well, you can't really dwell on the issue with the fighter if that's the case. You just ignore it the best you can, as long as he can box. But Arturo Gatti has a lot of boxing talent. He possibly still could win this fight by just moving and boxing, but not staying in one spot.
Okay, walk it out. Let's go, let's go.
And the injuries where he hurt his hand in the incidents, it was always with punches on the cup, which is soft, and always into the body, which means the hand could have been hurt before coming into the fight.
How about the courage it takes for Arturo to be throwing right hands at this point?
Unbelievable.
I mean, how do you even let it go? You heard McGirt saying, I want left hooks to the body, then bring him back upstairs. Gatti jabbing, pawing with the right hand, trying to make it at least a strategic factor, if not a meaningful one.
Emmanuel, do you think that Ward knows about the right hand yet?
I'm very interested. It's a good interesting question. I don't know. I really don't know. And even when you have an injury, a hand get broke, in the heat of the battle with the blood flowing and everything, you still can throw it sometimes. It gets numb, and really the next day after
There's a cut on the left eye now of Ward.
Amazingly, that cut produced probably by a right hand punch from Gatti with his broken hand. Arturo beginning to use the right more and more.
Yes, he's using the right hand a lot more now.
Might be going numb on it.
You know what he's doing? He's pulling the punch. He's throwing it, but not with the abandon of the left.
No, he's not really turning all of the power through all the way.
He's scoring points with it, but he's not letting it go.
Incidentally, Ward has Al Gavin, one of the greatest to cut men in his corner. He was cut in the second round of the first fight, and Gavin easily kept him in the fray all the way. In the opposite corner, should Gatti cut, Joe Souza is right up there on the same level with Gavin. Low blow warning now for Ward. No point deduction.
In a recent fight we had between Spadafora and Durin, both fighters bled from both eyes, something I had never seen before.
Micky Ward lands a solid straight right. Gatti with a huge left hook. Ward with a left hook. They're trading power shots.
Yep. What happened to the boxing?
How you feeling?
He's fighting with one hand.
The one-handed fighter beat you.
It's high.
Yeah, it's all right. It's not.
It's above the eye.
It shouldn't trickle down in.
No.
All right, we'll let it go.
Sideways. He's trying to drop that hook on you. Okay. All right, baby. Better round. All right. That's it. Okay. You got the legs. Let's use them. Okay. You set up the 6. You wanted to pick it up. We got a couple left. Nice and smart. Okay. Let's go, baby. Stay to that body with that left hand.
Brilliant round for Arturo Gatti in the fifth. 45 out of 89. 51% of his punches landed. Ward 10 out of 61. You heard Dickie Eklund say to Micky Ward, you're fighting a one-handed fighter. Don't let a one-handed fighter beat you.
Watch his neck. Watch his neck. What are we going to do? Break! Walk it out, walk it out, walk it out, walk it out.
Trading body shots at close range. Gatti goes back to his movement and begins throwing his jab again. The jab can be the key weapon in the fight if Arturo can continue to use it.
Listen, Oscar De La Hoya won most of his fights during an estimable career with one hand, basically.
Yeah, particularly early in his career, even though he still does it a lot.
Ward with a right hand over the top.
But Gatti has the ability to win this fight strictly with his left hand and occasionally right hand once in a while because of his great boxing talent. And Ward comes in and doesn't punch often enough.
Hang it up, guys. Come on.
Al Gavin got the bleeding to stop on the cut above Micky Ward's left eye, and you heard Gavin telling the doctor, Dominic Coletta, it's not going to be a problem. One reason you have a great cut man like Gavin is so that the doctor will listen to him when he says the fighter can stay in the fight.
3 straight body punches with his right hand by Gatti. Not big punches, but just to remind Ward that even a one-handed puncher sometimes can shoot bullets with an empty gun.
You notice he's very seldom throwing a right hand to the head, which would be a harder target.
And now Ward momentarily switches to a southpaw stance. We asked Gatti yesterday, what do you think Micky could do to surprise you? He said, well, he could come out and fight in a southpaw stance, but I'm ready for that too. Gatti's foot movement stops. Ward gets a chance to maul him a little bit. Blood begins to flow from Micky's left eye again. Gatti with a brave right hand on the Ward's chin. Not a hard one. Left hook up here, left hook down there. Gatti using the strategy that Buddy McGirt articulated.
He landed the right hand to the head and hurt his right hand again.
Down goes Arturo on a wide swinging right hand.
I think it was mostly from balance.
The bell sounded and round 6 has come to a close. Micky Ward, who was falling behind on points, now has a leg up to get back into the fight.
Hands, baby, I'm telling you. He's trying to come over top with that right hand, Arturo. You got to move to your right a little more because he's dropping that left hand. Keep the left hand out in front of you.
Arturo, how you feeling? You're fine? See that? To put the pressure on. You go out there and put the pressure on. You got to bang. That's all your hat and shoulder.
Just as Gatti was about to take a 5 rounds to 1 lead near the bell, that knockdown can even the fight on points.
Caught him on the top of the head.
Just as he was pulling out.
Confidence builder for Ward. Ward can't get the mouthpiece into his mouth. Earl Morton caused time to give Dickie Eklund a chance to come in and retrieve the mouthpiece for Micky. Micky punches his brother in the belly as he leaves the ring.
So far in this series, the fighter who has knocked the other one down has won each fight.
They're standing and trading shots at the center of the ring. This is very good for Ward. Harold, how do you have it so far?
Dan, this is close again. 57-56, 4 rounds to 2. Arturo Thunder Gatti. Jim, I got to tell you, the extra point in round 6 just made this fight winnable for Micky Ward. And God darn it, you got to give him an extra point because it was a clean knockdown.
And he hurt Gatti with the right hand. Hurt him badly. And here comes Arturo trying to fight his way off the ropes.
It's turning out to be Ward's right hand against Gatti's left hand. There it is again.
Well, because Gatti has to use the left hand as his only offense, Ward gets more and more chances to counter over it with the right. And he's taking advantage. So Arturo has to keep throwing. And now Arturo's left eye has opened up and begun to bleed. Both fighters bleeding from the left eye.
The Atlantic Ocean outside these doors is turning into the Red Sea.
Look at Arturo firing that broken right hand. Ward waits for him to finish and then stages his own assault. Micky Ward stunned by a left hook.
Left hook.
Can Gatti follow up?
I never thought I would see anything as exciting as the first fight. This is equaling it and maybe more so for power punches.
This seventh round.
Yeah, especially when you consider the drama that one guy fighting with his hand broke.
Reminiscent of the ninth round in the first fight.
There has been nothing like this series in boxing since Bowen Holyfield a decade ago.
This is better. This is better. And no championships involved. And you get more action in the 10 rounds than we normally get in a 15-round fight.
Ward almost seems like he's ready to go.
The most overused word in sports commentary is incredible. This is another incredible fight. As the crowd stands en masse to applaud, Emmanuel Stewart stands and applauds with them.
This is where your 10 miles come in. Give me that bucket. Drink this.
Look at me. Here. Put it in here. Here.
Help me.
Deep breaths, man. Deep breaths. One more drink.
Beautiful round. Beautiful round, baby. We got 9 minutes, I told you.
Early in the round, it was a left hook by Ward that seemed to hurt Gatti badly. But if you've been watching Arturo Gatti, you know that just wakes him up.
In a round in which he seemed momentarily in danger of being knocked out, Arturo Gatti landed 61 of 101 power shots, 60%. That's why Buddy McGirt said, beautiful round. Right hand lands flush again. Ward trying to get in just one left hook to the body. Almost got it there.
Seemingly, Gatti has really rehearsed a lot for taking away that left hook to the body from Ward. That's the one punch that he hasn't really been hit too effective with the entire fight. In the meantime, he's getting hit with those short clubbing right hands as Ward gets close to him, which he earlier couldn't hit him with because he was too far away, but he's getting close to him, and now where he's hitting him with those short right hands.
You can almost see Arturo clench his teeth and screw up his courage when he has to throw the right hand, but he goes ahead and does it anyway.
Emmanuel, what can Ward do knowing that the right hand can't really hurt him anymore from Gatti? What tactically, strategically can he do?
Try to get him into exchange where you'd have to have both hands punching, where you wouldn't have to, he can't just throw one punch and get away. Make him get in a toe-to-toe exchange where you have to have both hands going. He would have a big advantage.
In the 7th round, with his right hand obviously damaged, Arturo Gatti threw more punches in the round than he's ever thrown at any previous time in his career. Again, I absolutely hate to use the word abhorrent, but this is incredible.
It's as if they're not even human.
No, it's because they're human that makes this such a compelling drama.
All right, walk it out. Walk it out.
It definitely isn't normal. Even other fighters are moved by the great toughness and resilience of these two fighters. Qualities that are every bit as rare as great boxing ability.
Gatti's throwing a lot of right hands now. I think his right hand's probably just got numb to the point where he doesn't even feel the pain anymore.
And probably he damages it every time he lands.
Yes, well, he just landed again and hurt it. It's just hurting bad. And the pain is probably going through his entire arm.
All right, stop punching. Come on. Let his head out. Come on, guys.
8 rounds in the books, only 6 minutes to go.
Better round.
In the Gatti Ward trilogy.
2 rounds left, Arturo. Listen to me. Keep that jab in his face. Okay? You keep that jab in his face, baby. Okay? 6 more minutes. Upper body movements. Okay, listen.
Okay, you win that match.
Get it. Okay, when you get inside, let's use these. Get out of there. That's what he wants. We're not doing that no more. Okay, we fighting our style now. Okay? We got 6 minutes, baby.
9th round, baby. Make hands and close. Come on, Charles.
Micky Ward looks like he's coming down the home stretch of a long, hard race, both in this fight and in his career.
He's going to have to throw a lot of punches. Gatti's out hustling, even with the hurt hand, he's still out hustling.
Yep, Micky Ward only threw 44 punches in the 8th round, landing 13. Arturo Gatti, 24 out of 62. Arturo, the more confident fighter, even with the damaged right hand, as we come to these last 2 rounds. We were told before the fight that Ward's camp was worried that referee Earl Morton might have too much of a tendency to get involved in the fight, but Morton has done a whale of a job staying out of the action and just letting him fight.
He's did a great job tonight.
Ward just a tiny bit short of big damage on that right hand. Every time they get close, Arturo bends to his right side and plants his elbow against his rib cage to be certain that Ward won't get in that left hook.
Yeah, they're both becoming and protecting their bodies from left hooks. And that's been the least effective punch tonight, which is interesting.
A major basic staple for both fighters.
Yeah, the left hook to the head by Gatti has been very effective in hitting Ward, and Ward has been more effective by getting close and dropping a short clubbing right hand over the side of the head on Gatti.
Taking advantage of Gatti's constant use of the left. Gatti pushing a right hand into Ward's face. Uppercut lands.
He's using every variety of left hand punches he can dream of, in addition to occasional right hand.
Ward firing right hand after right hand, trying to take advantage. Gatti with a hard right to the body. Great stuff from Gatti.
Yeah.
Loosening up with the right hand, throwing it more and more, and able to set up a good left hook there with a right uppercut.
He seems to be spiritually and mentally very much into the fight as compared to Micky.
Another easy round for Arturo Gatti, who used his boxing skills to fend off Micky Ward.
Use your legs, but let your hands go. Okay? Box him, but use it, move your hands. Okay? We got to close the show big, but no slugfest. You understand?
Keep your head down, Mick. Keep your head down a second.
In his 51st fight, Micky Ward is going into what he says will be the last round of his career.
Last time in the career, man.
They got me, baby. Last round, baby, okay? 3 minutes. Okay, you worked hard for this, Arturo. Let's go. But use your legs. Let your hands go. Use your legs. You put it all together this round.
Statistically, Gatti has dominated the fight, but Ward is the one with a knockdown in his pocket. He knocked Gatti down in the 6th.
And the final round.
This is the 30th round.
And it's going to be a good round, too.
Of a majestic trilogy. Harold, how do you have it come to the 10th?
Okay, Jim. 7 rounds to 2. 87, 83. Arturo Gatti. Jim, I got to tell you, he hits him and he moves. He's got a lot of room to move in this big ring. He doubles and triples that left jab. Just keeps moving, stays on his toes. Micky Ward, the older fighter, can't catch him. Arturo Gatti dominating with his effective aggressiveness and his clean punching.
And the corner of Gatti told him to just box, but the Warrior has taken over, and he's going to fight this round.
It'll be frustrating for Ward if he can't land just one more left hook to the body. One more signature for the long career. But it's a mark of how Arturo Gatti has rebuilt his career and rebuilt himself as a fighter. That after the adversity he faced in this fight, with a damaged right hand and down in the 6th, he has come back to dominate.
Come on, walk it out, walk it out.
A resourceful performance for Gatti, who may finally be in position to try to fight for a title one more time.
Great left hook by Ward right there. Great left hook to the head.
To start one last rally. And a hard right hand by Ward. Micky Ward's going to unload the kitchen. Find out everything he's got left.
Gatti is about to go down if he got hit with his bit of rope, so then all of a sudden he came alive again.
That may have been the last hurrah of Ward.
Yeah.
When they announced the fight here on the boardwalk, it sold out faster than would any title fight in the sport. The only title they fight for is the memory of their great 3 fights against each other. This is called getting your money's worth. And they rise again in Boardwalk Hall. They're done. What Micky Ward and Arturo Gatti share together, only they know. Only they can touch it. Only they can feel it.
Pablito, I love you. I know you want home.
Another great performance by both fighters. And now let's go to Michael Buffer, who has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 30 grueling rounds, a round of applause for two warriors who gave it everything they had in this ring. We now go to the scorecards for the final chapter of the Gatti Ward trilogy. Joseph Pasquale scores it 96-93. George Hill, 96-93. Luis Rivera, 97-92. All for the winner by unanimous decision, Arturo Gatti.